What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos. So, welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table. I am joined here by none other than one of the regular guests of the show. No, none other than Clark Taylor. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you? It's a nice morning here in California. I know it's nighttime basically there for you
Yeah,
over
it's
in the
at 5
UK, but
p.m. here. So the sun is out though still. So yeah, it's not so bad.
for sure, I'm stoked to get after it this morning, and I know we've got another special guest today.
Yes, we do. And who that may be, you might say. Well, it will be we this is the way I've introduced him before. So it's only fitting to do it this way. So guess what?
I'm back.
Is it safe to come out?
It is.
Yeah, I think it is. I think he said just don't say nothing. It is not over.
The new soul, ladies and gentlemen.
Reborn and just everything. Soul, welcome back. How you doing today, sir?
Good to be back. Yeah, this is Soul version 2. No more leather jacket. Class it up. Tartan, blue, black, tie. New man, new soul. Ready here for taking the table. I missed you guys.
Yes. Came out like a reborn Christian, reformed Christian. This is just like I thought it came into the light, but yeah, it's always.
I feel underdressed.
Marcel.
That's what I'm saying. It makes it. I'm in a tracksuit. You're literally in your PJ still. Like
I didn't sleep in this shirt, but I could have.
Fair enough. But yeah, so keeping it classy as always. But yeah, we've got a great show for you today. We've got another tier list. I know you guys have been enjoying those videos lately. We did the last one we did was Roman Reigns title defenses, and then also we did the draft, AEW draft, with myself and Soul, which was very fun. But yeah,
so long ago.
So long ago, indeed. But yes, so today we are going to do another one, and this is regarding WWE champions, and we're going to do it between the years of 2009 and to 2019. So within that 10-year gap. So you should be comfortable with this one. So I'm pretty sure you know a little bit of that history, around that time. Yeah, you'll be fine. So yeah, before we get into that, as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. Okay, let us get this this little tier list up. Which
this little doodah of lists and names.
Yes. Boom. All right. Okay, so not that many, but I can imagine during this 10-year period, one certain person had it numerous times. So yeah, probably that's why. So how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 champions. So could have been shorter. So you guys can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Average of two a year is kind of interesting. I wouldn't have thought that math would add up, right? Over a decade. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This period was ruled over by one person only. So, but yeah, so yeah, it was let's just get straight into it, really. So obviously, S being how were they as how great were they as champions? Was it memorable? Any matches that may come into mind that you thought it was a standout those years? And obviously going all the way A, B, C, and then D, obviously being what that is, dogpile. So yeah, let's without further ado, let's start off with the main guy right here, which is Triple H. He's had it a numerous amount of times during these 10 years, if I recall.
The one that sticks out to me is 2016, where he won it at the Rumble, eliminating Dean Ambrose and then defending at Mania against Roman.
Yes, it was around that time, wasn't it? Yeah. See, the thing, because of the image, I just remember, I thought this was during the period when he had this ugly title. Sorry.
Whoa. Look, I know I've been gone for a fucking while, all right? But fuck's sake.
I couldn't help it. That's what it is.
How can you not? But 16 is bald Triple H, so that's the other thing, right? Is can we really put that version of Trips in the S category? I don't know. Not that he wasn't great as bald Triple H, but right, that's Authority Triple H too. Isn't that also during this era when he would have held that title?
Yeah. that's correct. Yeah, 2019. So
I
yeah,
mean,
2016. Flipping now.
I don't know where you guys' heads are at on it, but if we're including both of his reigns over this time, I would probably say A or B. If we're only including 16, I'd probably be firmly B.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was.
so Triple H held it 2 times, obviously 2000. So 5th of February 2009 to the 26th of March in 2009, he won it, and then 24th of January 2016 till Mania at the 3rd of March in 2016. So looking at both those times, I mean, I honestly think just if we're just going with those kind of eras, which I think we are, is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe a B tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, I only remember the times when he lost it. I think obviously the first time he had it was when I think Jeff Hardy won it, in that triple threat with him, Edge, and Hardy.
Yeah.
And then that was at Armageddon. That was great. Obviously, if you go on obviously to 2016, that's when it was that tiresome WrestleMania main event where he lost it to Roman Reigns at Mania. Yeah.
The cage match with Brock wasn't a WWE title match, was it?
No.
I don't think so. That was 14, right? Or was that 12? Okay. I'm just trying to rack my brain for the big. Yeah, 13. That is the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I'm trying to think of the other defenses. I think B is. I mean, that's where my head's at. Yeah, B.
Yeah. And I think there was also a time when didn't he? It was, I think it was at No Mercy where the title was vacated, and then Vince was going to give it to Orton, and that's when Orton won it twice in that same night. Or he was gifted it, and then
that's right.
Triple H won it, and then they had the main event in the last man standing match, and that's when Orton got it back. If I recall, it was a weird time. Anyway,
yeah, it was like a double change. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
they started the show. That's 100% right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fine with the B tier during this time. Next up, AJ Styles. Now, yeah. Where do we begin with this one?
I see no lower than A. I mean, he put on so many classics, but what do you think, Soul?
I mean, he beat Dean and he beat the old, bless him, Jinder Mahal, best WWE champion of the modern era. Love that guy. And I think because he beat Dean for it, but then he didn't have that really shit feud with Nakamura. That was basically just low blow central.
Oh yeah, when they were tickling each other's balls.
That's true.
Yeah, so that was very lackluster. Obviously he also had those matches with John Cena. Those are great.
Big.
Especially the one at the Royal Rumble.
I know when he beat Jinder, I know he dropped it to Brian.
So, yes, and that was a match. That was a great match as well. Yeah, and so on a random episode of SmackDown. Yeah.
So I honestly think B. I think B because the Nakamura stuff. The Nakamura stuff wasn't good.
I would say high B or low A for him.
High B is still me.
But I hear where you're at. Yeah, high B's safe with me. Okay. That might be one we reconsider after we get deeper in, right? We might slide him up if we kind of change our minds on that. I don't know. Of course, I don't know the rules.
Yeah, we can shuffle around if you want. But yeah, all right. Next one, Batista, Mr. I Walk Alone. So I think that was this heel Batista?
Was this douchebag Dave where he came out?
I think it was. Yeah. This was the bad Batista.
Yeah.
This dude came out in a pink polo shirt and was just like, "Yeah, why? I thought you were my friend, Ray. Why?"
Hey, that brutalization was mad though. I loved it.
Oh, so funny. So funny.
You might as well just call it CPS on that because that was absolute criminal.
It was.
Oh my god.
I mean, he does walk alone.
I think this is because I know he dropped it to Cena. What was it? TLC or Night of Champions? He dropped it to Cena.
Was it at that last man standing match?
Yeah. No. Did Batista not go for like a card or something? If my memory reflects correctly.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I think this is a C or D.
Yeah, I don't remember much of this one either. But what do you think, Clark?
I'd say low C, high D. I hate to do that to Batista because his world heavyweight title runs were so great, but this was just not his best work, other than like the comedic aspect of the heel character. It just wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah.
And even getting booed winning the Rumble, I think had a huge effect on kind of the way that this is remembered, right? Like he won that Rumble. We all wanted Bryan to win. And so, yeah, just bad taste. I'd say either a low C or a high D. A generous C because it's a Hall of Famer, or a D because it was that bad.
Yeah. I'll put it C then. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Quick pause. I just heard something drop. I'll be right back. Let's see what's going on. 2 seconds.
Perfect timing. It's good. I needed a second. Especially I forgot you can edit stuff out.
I know, editing. The magic of cutting shit. Oh, God.
How you been otherwise? I'm good?
I'm good, man. I am absolutely fine.
And I'll get that shit shipped ASAP, because I'm also shipping some to Chaos, so I'm going to take them at the same time.
Oh, what, you shipping to Chaos?
A bunch of like candy and cereal and stuff. And then I've actually got a surprise for him. I mean, it's funny. Thankfully, we're not live, and you can edit this out. But my mom figured out a way we can freeze dry Cherry Garcia. So I'm going to send him a couple pints. I haven't told you that yet, Chaos.
What? I just heard Cherry Garcia.
Yeah, that's why I haven't shipped your Cinnamon Toast Crunch and candy yet. My mom figured out a way to freeze dry a couple pints to send you Cherry Garcia. Yeah. So,
oh my God.
That's why I haven't shipped it yet. I was fired up about that too. I mentioned it to my mom. She's like, "Doesn't he love Cherry Garcia?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I think we can freeze dry it in the cooler and do it." I'm like, "Yeah, we have to."
Oh my God, yo!
Yeah.
You person,
I owe you a hand job next to us.
It's all good. I was laughing. I didn't think it was possible. I'm like, I thought it would melt because it's ice cream. She's like, no. You use dry ice and they'll do it. There's a way to do it. I'm like, okay, Mom, let's get this worked out. And then we'll double whammy the shipping. I'll ship yours and Soul stuff at the same time.
Sweet.
That way it's one trip to the post office.
Oh, legendary. Yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. All right, no worries. All right. Let's just resume right now. So okay, cool. So Batista is at number as the rank C. Fair enough. Okay, next up, Bray Wyatt. Oh my goodness.
This is D. This is the match with the goddamn glow in the dark worms and shit that was protected on the canvas.
It sucks. It's D.
It's so unfortunate. I mean, I remember when he won it.
Moment. Like that elimination chamber. Everyone loved it. And then it was shit.
Yeah. It feels so bad for him. Feels so bad.
I still do.
Yeah, even now, fuck knows what's going on with him right now.
Horrible.
Who knows? Maybe Uncle Howdy's gonna come and take the championship before Bray.
Oh God. Well, that died out without a whimper as well. Everything there. Anyway. Next up, Brock Lesnar. Okay, so obviously this is part-time Brock, so yeah. Where do you want to go from here?
Go ahead, Soul. Sorry.
I think when he held it up until Mania 31, that reign I think was solid. But I think
Is this the one where he had the triple threat with Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and Cena?
Yeah,
I do believe. Yeah,
and the Rumble. Yeah, that was great. That was
good. I personally would say Brock, for all the part timing faults, is at least an A.
Yeah, especially how he won it initially when he killed Cena as well.
I was there. That was at Crypto Staples Center.
Nice
at SummerSlam, the squash.
Yeah,
it was so crazy. The amount of suplexes, honestly, like hearing that ring, and it's funny because we were sitting at basically the same angle that we sat at Raw. That's where I was seated, right over there, just in the same section, kind of where I showed you from the corner. The sound of, because Cena's such a big dude, 250-pounder, getting German suplex 30 times was so much more violent than like any hardcore match I've ever heard, like kendo stick shot or anything. It was like, because there were those deep thuds every time he hit the mat, and when he got up after the match, Cena, to go back to the back, his back was red like he'd been slapped.
Not
it was nuts. It was nuts, and I'm a huge Brock fan, so I love A for Brock.
Okay, fair enough. Automatic A, understandable. Yeah, this one was tolerable, obviously, because it was at the beginning of his part-time reign, so that's fair enough. Next up, Jeff Hardy.
Did he actually ever defend this belt?
Say again?
Did he ever defend this?
I'm sure he did. I mean, I'm pretty sure the next person that took it off him was CM Punk.
Punk
No,
took it
that's
off.
the World Heavyweight Championship. I think he lost this to Edge because his pyro blew up in his face.
You're 100% right. Wow, that is a
Oh.
great shout, Soul. I
Okay.
would have completely mixed the two up. That is genius.
Fair enough. Okay, so S then? No, I'm joking. So if you didn't defend it, so I guess it goes on here then maybe.
I would say the world heavyweight goes higher, but I would put it in like C. He lost it to Edge though in a pretty exciting time. Him winning it was a big deal.
I mean, he held it for
So that's
42 days.
That's why I think it's higher than D, only because him winning it was. Although that's the same concept as Bray Wyatt, but it's not like the Edge loss was bad. Actually, the fireworks botching stuff was kind of a cool story.
Yeah, he had 0 title defenses.
Yeah,
He did defend it. He did defend it, didn't he?
No, he didn't at all. He lost it to Edge. Pretty much one, like, because Edge had 4 defenses afterwards, I think. Or
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So he lost it to Edge. This was a no disqualification match. Okay, fair enough.
and
All right, so
wasn't it Edge and Vicky at the time that set off the fireworks or something like that?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Didn't they say in the story it was Matt? Matt did it because he was
Yes.
like, you're better than
right.
me.
That's
All I
right.
had was the silver plate ECW championship, and you get the
Yep.
spinner. Why?
it should have been me.
It should have been me. I should have had the spinner, and you should have had the ECW.
That's
title.
spot on. Yeah.
So where we putting this one then?
I think D.
B? Yeah, fair enough. Next up, The Rock. So this is
D.
obviously
D. This is shit. D.
really.
I mean, come on, he beat Punk for it, and then
Oh.
the Cena in rematch of, once in a lifetime brackets. JK, not really.
Yeah, no, this was pretty telegraphed. Like when the match happened, and yeah, it was the writer was on the wall. And I ain't gonna lie, this is when I was heavily into the dirt sheets, so I knew this was coming. So
Oh, you dirty bastard, going for the
I know. Forgive me for if I've sinned. So yeah, I think because of like it was so telegraphed, and yeah, it just makes
And it
sense.
didn't necessarily seem necessary, for lack of a better way to put it. Like they could have kind of done all the same stuff without ever putting the title on The Rock. It's The Rock.
Because Vince is an idiot,
You know?
and he's like, I love The Rock. I want the money.
Yeah.
I want the money from these neckbeard fans in their basement.
He's gonna sell the title plates.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he introduced that shitty big scratch logo one I don't like.
Oh yeah, that was, and it had the big word champion on it. It was good.
You're a champion. Like, oh wow, that's so condescending.
Well, I mean, it's better than what the other one had. Champ, really?
Yeah, Champ is not good either.
Yeah, Champ was not great either.
Hey,
both
Champ's
bad.
a dialect thing. That's a dialect thing. You can't be hating on that. So no
Dialect, man.
I'm the champ. Perfect. Rolls off the tongue.
The champ is here.
Yes.
They just ripped it
Easy.
from Corny John's gimmick.
Exactly. See, you saved money on ink for printing for t-shirts.
Oh
They
my
re-
God. Anyway,
We're gonna get to that cornball eventually, right? John Cena. Oh yeah, he's on the list.
Oh yeah, of course. Next up, Daniel Bryan. So obviously, this is when he won. He won it against AJ Styles, and it was the heel run. Redesigned the championship. Say again.
Captain Planet, boys. Captain
Planet. Yep. And then obviously this was the birth of Kofi Mania. Because during this reign, I personally love this. This was a nice new coat of paint for Daniel Bryan at the time. The swerve came out of nowhere. Because we thought we were just gonna see a standard SmackDown match for the title, and then the low blow came out of nowhere to AJ Styles, and then won the championship. How would you guys rate this reign for Daniel Bryan?
Want to go, Clark?
I loved it. Like, I mean, the fact he basically turned heel before even the low blow with his facial expressions. The storytelling on Bryan's face in that match is, I mean, world class. That's as good as you can get painting a picture in a wrestling ring, only wrestling. And then to turn on paper a guy that is into saving the environment and the planet isn't really a bad guy, but to turn it into the ultimate shove when they start shoving it down your throat and it gets annoying, the way he leaned into that and turned it into that, because he does really care about the planet, and in his real non-kayfabe life, he's shown that, right? And publicly and all of that, to be able to play the part of the asshole that just can't shut up about it and holier than thou, I'm better than you because I do care about the planet, I'm smarter than you, basically, was freaking brilliant. It's genius. Who would have thought, like, oh yeah, like Mr. Save the Planet with the wooden belt would be the ultimate heel.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But he totally was. It was perfect. And for that reason, I mean, yeah, I have no issue with an A. And if we want to go higher, we can have that discussion too.
I mean, keep in mind, this also does include the time when he won it at WrestleMania 30, but obviously he had to vacate it due to injury.
If we include that too, then it's ass.
I think the whole Eco Planet thing like dwarfs the Miracle on 34th Street thing at Mania 30 because it was such a good moment there, but obviously then there's the connotations of negativity after he lost it. But I mean, with this run, the second run, he defended against AJ, the Chamber with Styles, Hardy, Kingston, Orton, and Joe. Then had
he also have Lesnar as well. Did he face Lesnar?
Yeah, he faced Lesnar at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And then he also, had defenses against Kevin Owens, Mustafa Ali in a triple threat at Fastlane, and then obviously lost it to Kofi at Mania. But I mean, there was other great moments here. Remember, like he would go in the arena and there was fans eating like processed food, and he grabs his hot dog. It's like they're eating the filth, and they're taking these sodas and beverages and just chucks on some random twat, and he's just like, nah, you'll like it, you bastard. Fucking Adam Roy cuts a promo on like a burger, and it's like, this burger has onions deep fried with bacon caramelized and cheese and lettuce, and you're just like, fuck, I want a burger. He's selling me a burger, bastard.
You're like, stop hating on burgers.
Yeah, man, goddamn, Captain Planet, eat your kale. You know what? I think, Ryan, for me, I would put high A or low S.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, higher than Lesnar. Fair enough. I'm cool with that. All right, next up, Alberto Del Rio. Now, this one is often marred, understandably. So yeah, obviously, he beat Ziggler for the title at one point?
Yeah,
I think that was a world heavyweight.
Was that a world heavyweight? Oh, my bad. My apologies.
Right.
What about is this?
So this is when, do you remember when Punk and Cena had that unification match at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Cashed in on Punk for the title.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Was that because of Nash?
Yeah, it was fucking Nash.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fucking quad Nash.
I mean, if we're rating it the ring announcer, then it's higher. But if we're rating Alberto, it's got to be low. That's my thoughts.
Alberto only defended this against Ray and then lost it to Cena. Then he beat Cena again for it, and then had one defense against Cena and won. And then he dropped it to Punk immediately after. So honestly, I think this is crap. I don't like this at all. Let's put this in D tier where it belongs.
Plus, have we considered that Alberto Del Rio just isn't that good?
I think he was overrated.
Yeah, like I never got him.
Yeah,
his gimmick was he has a towel.
And drive flashing cars. Until they mysteriously went away. He never came into the ring with them anymore. So it's
the only memorable thing about Alberto Del Rio's career in WWE is he taxed Santa Claus.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he did. So I guess it's a D. Is it? Wait, is this lower than The Rock?
Yeah, for sure. You can't put Del Rio above The Rock.
Okay,
you got to put Del Rio in the cellar.
Understandable. All right, next up, everyone's favorite champion, Jinder Mahal. Jesus Christ.
S tier. S.
Oh my!
You can't hinder the gender.
Yeah, I'm on Chaos' side here. He's in the
What is wrong with you? I mean, what is your malfunction?
Hey, whoa. He had that awesome, stellar Punjabi prison match with the great Khali coming out to the wrong entrance music. He defeated Shinsuke Nakamura twice, Baron Corbin, and then he lost it in the UK to AJ Styles. So, I mean, hey, I think all around, this is a perfect title. This is absolutely fantastic.
I feel bad for Jinder, but this was absolutely craptastic in my eyes.
Craptastic.
This was fucking terrible.
It was like all these matches were crap. He was racist in certain promos. And yeah, every match pretty much ended the same. It was just like he does clothesline. He gets beaten. His Bollywood boys, remember them? They were by his side. They get flipping in. They try to interfere. They get wasted, and then all he does is go behind them and hit the Colossus. 1, 2, 3, done. It was generic as hell.
At least it was formulaic.
See again?
At least it was surprising.
Oh, sorry. Which one were you saying? Say it again too.
I mean, come on, look. He's from that amazing group, 3MB, who's produced champions. Drew.
I can't take you seriously right now, Clark.
And soon Heath Slater. Heath will come back and defeat Roman Reigns.
This is bad. It's bad all around. It was bad.
You can see why I'm still on the unemployment line.
I completely hear where you're coming from, but it was gender.
Don't worry.
I mean, I had to go on the video game and squash him after he initially won the title, just because I
remember this guy was near 90 when he was champion in one of the 2K games. I was like, how is this legal?
Yeah. He's got like 7 moves total, and 4 of them are chokeholds.
And he won. And
4 of them are headlocks.
And he became champion with it. That's why you can't hinder the gender.
And ever since then, he hasn't sniffed a title since. So
yeah, he won the US title.
He won the US title. Yeah. Do you remember anything from that? I rest my case.
Yes, he lost it to Jeff Hardy.
He was wonderful in that one backstage segment he did with Drew, where they walked, and it was like 30
didn't
seconds.
It have like a brief feud?
I think that was the last time he was on TV. Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah. I mean, he's on NXT right now with Thingy, but
emphasis on brief, by the way.
How dare you diss Veer and the other guy whose name?
Oh yeah, I forgot that they're still coming, ain't they? Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, what about Shanky? Is Veer still coming? That is a long time.
Yeah, I think they got drafted. So yeah, he's coming. He's still coming.
What about Shanky? Is he still dancing?
Shanky? Oh my God, poor Shanky.
Shanky.
Have you seen his rating on 2K? I've never seen such a low ranking for a super heavyweight. His rank is rated 67 or something.
It's not gonna do it.
I'm just like, how is that possible? And you're a super heavyweight apparently in the game. I'm just like, geez.
I just like to imagine the 2K developers were just like, do we really want to have him have that number? He's like, mate, shut up. He's getting the number. Unless he starts putting in major reps, you can get that number up. Otherwise, stay in that.
When are we getting Omos and Shanky? I'm ready for it.
Moving on. If that happens, I'm turning on. I'm not.
I'm boycotting. We're boycotting.
Oh God. Yeah. Straight boycotting. Jesus Christ. Next up, CM Punk, longest reigning WWE champion. Well, I think that's going to be eclipsed soon. But 434 days, November 2011 to January 27, 2013. Had a lot of decent feuds. Obviously, we had the Summer of Punk. This one's gonna be interesting. I want to gauge your guys' thoughts on this one. Where would you rank CM Punk's title reign?
Clark, you go first, man. You can take the floor.
I'm the Chicago guy, man. I'm the Chicago guy. You know where I have it? Way up there at the top. I mean, it's CM Punk. He was awesome. Summer of Punk was awesome. Tons of classic title defenses, classic promos throughout. And then, as low as we put The Rock, he still was in a position where it's Punk Rock for the WWE title during all of this. And yes, in hindsight, there's some controversy surrounding Punk, but I mean, his work during this decade, 09 to 19, is undeniable. And so I don't see a reason that it's not either high A or an S.
Or an S. Okay. Sorry, but we got to get your thoughts on this, Soul. Where would you put this?
I think this is at least an S.
At least an S. Okay.
Let's go.
Because 434 days, he had matches against Alberto Del Rio, Cena, Bryan. Yes, he didn't main event most of the shows. Yes, it might have been tampered at the end with Ryback and The Rock. But I think he was still getting reactions. Like, even when he turned heel and all that, he was getting a heel reaction. People were reacting, and I think truly did love this run. I mean, people always still go back to it, hey?
Yeah.
By the way, even during that run at some point, not while he was holding the title, but didn't he beat the Shield in a 3-on-1 handicap match?
Yeah, I think in 2013,
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
That was interesting. That was an interesting way to book.
So yeah, even Roman Reigns hasn't eclipsed it. Is so far is only 406. I think he will eventually eclipse it. But yeah, still beating Reigns, which is fascinating. So understandable. S, I guess he is a needle mover. Next up, Randall Keith Orton. Which, by the way, I just want to say on a side note, yeah, it's not looking good for him. Like in terms of him returning to the ring, and it's quite unfortunate. It's a shame that someone of his career didn't get a chance to have the full the farewell and the bells and whistles. So but who knows? Other than that, just want to say get well soon, Randy. And hopefully you get the send off that you rightfully deserve with your career anyway. But anyway, Randall Keith Orton, where would you rank this man? So this is one of the times when he cash in on Daniel Bryan SummerSlam?
Yep. And when he beat Sheamus for it, and then he lost it to the Miz, that kind of moment is there as well.
Yeah.
I also think this might have been Bald Orton era as well.
I believe that's correct.
So I think Randy, who had such a stellar career, I hope can come back in some form. Give this man an S.
I love either S or A for me. I do feel a little bit like his world title reigns during this time were a little bit more memorable, like with Christian, that rivalry and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the WWE title reigns are huge. He's obviously 13-time champion, and same thing you guys said, like nobody deserves a reunion tour of reunion tours more than Randy Orton. And like, gosh, I just hope that he gets back, gets healthy, and that'd be ideal because he deserves the ultimate reunion tour, send off, everything. Just one of my favorite wrestlers of all time by far. Absolutely. And so, yeah, I have no problem with S or A. No issue.
Okay.
Jealous factor.
I'm gonna put him as a high A for now. All right. Next up, Dean Ambrose. So this is when he won it. He cashed in on. This is the one night which I thought this was pretty cool that Roman Reigns came in as champion against Seth. Seth won the title, and then Dean cashed in. All members of the Shield had the championship in one night, which is pretty fascinating. But yeah, during that reign, I don't know if you can really remember much of it. What about you guys? Where would you put this reign?
You go, Clark. You go, buddy.
I wish I could say more about Dean's reign. It should have been better than it was because the moment when he cashed in was so great, and that booking of that single night was so great. But afterwards, there's just kind of like a blur, and then I remember him pulling a wagon, and I just it's like somehow you go from that moment to like he has a wagon, and I wish that I could rank Dean higher, but he's in the middle here somewhere for me in the C's or B's range at best.
He only had it for 84 days. He didn't have it long until AJ Styles.
Range, I would say low C then. Yeah.
I would say maybe a high C or low B just because some of the matches we did get with it. We got, the AJ match at Backlash. Yeah. We had them against Dolph at SummerSlam. But we did get that Shield triple threat at Battlegrounds.
Yeah, that is true.
Right. I forgot about the triple threat. That was a good match.
Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that with a B, low B. If anything, put it I'll say
I'm cool with that.
All right, next up, Kofi Mania, baby.
Oh boy. I'm gonna be controversial here, and I think maybe a low B for Kofi.
I want to put him so much higher, but just the Brock Squash is a killer.
The Brock Squash was a killer. He had a lot of matches against Orton that were, I think, the best part of his reign.
Yeah.
There's the stuff with Bryan. He did do a rematch on Raw, which was solid for what it was. But I just think it could have been a bit better maybe if New Day was involved, like a civil war within New Day or like a friendly challenge. Like, I had my moment. And I feel like that'd be kind of what Kofi would do. He would be like, I've had my moment. I want to give you guys a shot. Let's have a fun match together and just wrestle and get a New Day triple threat, something like that. But I mean, it ended so shitly.
Yeah, it definitely ended shit. The feuds that it had whilst he had it were pretty much like forgettable. Like they shouldn't have been. Like you say, he had Ziggler, he had Joe, he had Orton. And but for some reason it definitely felt like the secondary title, and they just wanted to just find an excuse to get it off him. And Lesnar, the match they had, if you want to call it a match, pretty much verified it. That they just went, and they don't even mention it, or he didn't even try and go back for the title afterwards. Ever since then, they just threw him back into the New Day. So, yeah, I agree. I probably will put this. Yeah, I'll say either a high D or a low C.
I agree. It's odd though. It's funny because you say that, and I agree on the squash. With the Universal title, it often felt like the World Heavyweight and the WWE title were on the same plane during the decade before where we're ranking, right? The Universal title to me always felt like the secondary one until this.
Yeah.
And that's sad to me because Kofi didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? The WWE title actually felt like the bigger of the two after the inception of the Universal title, just because it was the newer one, right? It wasn't the old World Heavyweight title. It wasn't just kind of like how it feels right now, like the Universal Undisputed. Although realistically, I can't figure out, why do we have 3 belts now? We have 3.
Yeah.
Collectors, Clark. We need the replicas. We need the money. We need to sell like at the Mania Superstore when people were trampling over children and fighting in the car park for the plastic belts.
One of my favorite scenes, by the way, in shopping though, is the
Black Friday.
No, just watching people at the convention center go cutthroat at all the stands.
Oh yeah.
It was so funny.
It was like, go for it, get the shit.
Get an XL, and they're like just rifling through shirts.
And then it was just me and Chaos embracing, like, we got our mini titles. Yay.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished indeed. Next up, Edge. Now, between 2009 and 2019, he only held it once, which is when he took it off Jeff Hardy. He's had the title multiple times before then, but we just obviously counting between 2009 and 2019 here. So, yeah, like I said, this is when he took it off Jeff Hardy, and then he lost it to, Triple H, yeah, in Elimination Chamber.
I think it was an Elimination Chamber. Like Vladimir Kozlov was in it. Undertaker.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly right. This is a D.
Yeah, he only had it for 21 days.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too because Edge had so many great runs with the title, but given the parameters of the list, it's a D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I wish I had more to add than that about Edge, but I really don't on this one.
No, that's totally understandable. Oh shit. Yeah, there we go. Next up, Seth Rollins. This is not Seth freaking Rollins. This is the Architect. Quite a few memorable matches. I think this is when he also won the US Championship at the same time as well.
Yeah, I mean, the thing immediately that comes to mind is the 31 cash-in.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best cash-ins ever.
That's a moment against Sting. I mean, even though it ended the way it did, it's still a memorable moment or match.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think for Seth, because he is true talent, I think he's probably one of the best in the modern day.
100%.
Give this man away.
Yeah, I have no problem with A. Not quite S, but close, man.
I'll say above Brock. Above Brock.
He was awesome. Yeah, I actually might put him above Brock, but not Brian. Yeah.
Not Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's
you got to stop agreeing, Soul. Dang it. I'm trying to disagree, and we're both on the same page.
So next up is everyone's favorite man that they can't see, John Cena. Now I'm just going to quickly check how many times he won it in this time. So it must be quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's going to pull out Rolodex.
5, 6.
Who are we talking about? I can't see him.
8.
Cena. Hey.
8, 9.
Touche, good man. Touche.
Got him.
Jesus Christ! This guy won it 10 times.
10 times in a decade.
10 times within a decade. Jesus, take a break. So yeah, I mean, take your freaking pick, bro. I don't know where you want to. I don't know if you want to like put it higher because of how many reigns he's had or match quality. I mean, yeah, just give your thoughts.
Cena's probably one of the greatest of all time. So I mean, the man speaks for himself. So at least S, maybe above Punk.
If it's a decade earlier, I would say yes. I don't think these 10 reigns over that decade are even really what defines Cena. I actually think this is the one thing that we complained about Cena about over the course of his career, as great as it was, and it's looked upon more fondly in hindsight than it was at the time. But these 10 reigns, putting it back on Cena and hot potatoing it, people did not love at the time. And while I hear giving the respect and saying an S, if we were doing 99 to 09, I would say absolutely. 09 to 19, I've got him at like a B.
Oh wow. But I mean, they had some bangers sprinkled in those 10 range though. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah, but are we quantity or quality? Because if he's gonna have more shots at it, the quality is gonna be there if he has good matches. But if you have 100 shots at it and the other guys have 5, and the other guys go 4 for 5, and you go 20 for 100, who, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rankings wise, who's better? And that's kind of my only issue with Cena is there's something to be said about how many opportunities he had. And so, yes, there are so many big matches you can consider, but he also had the most chances.
Yeah.
And so by percentage, it's like, I think this decade, at least compared to the one before, if it's the one before, it's S, no question. But I don't mind A, but I think S, because it wasn't the best runs of his career.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's 10 different runs, really. Like, I mean, some of them, right, are flip flop, same rivalry, but
there was a lot of hot potato, especially between him and Norton. I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
it was just bouncing back and forth. Fair enough. So yeah, okay, maybe a high A at least. Maybe. Yeah. What over Orton?
Yeah, that's a question. I think they're on the same level, honestly.
I do too. That's like a tie.
Fair enough. I'll put it neck and neck then.
Can we blend their
Orton was there first.
Together? I'm
kidding. Randy Cena. That sounds weird. Randy Cena. Anyway, next up, Roman Reigns. Now this is obviously before the tribal queef. And so yeah, this was jarring super Roman.
This was suckering Succotash.
Suckering Succotash. Yes.
Sylvester the Cat.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
he went full Looney Tunes.
This was because no one was invested. No one cared.
No one was. Yeah.
Everyone big dog.
Get this over with. So see at least, because he did put on some like good matches, but
did.
In fact, no one gave a shit.
I'm so happy he's not calling it his yard anymore. That made me so mad. I'm like, well, if it's your yard, cut the hedges, buddy. It's not going that great. Like,
sort your shit
he stole that from Taker, didn't he? I never forget. Yeah,
it was infuriating to me. I'm like, stop saying that.
Yeah.
Like, if it's your yard, trim the hedges because it doesn't look like your yard.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, next one. Everyone's favorite title reign, Rey Mysterio.
D. Actually, can you just make an E tier or something like a tier?
Auto D. Like
they did him so dirty. They did him so dirty on this. He did not deserve that. That was.
I like how Cena came out and was just like an easy challenger for my 28th reign.
Man was like, "You smell that? I smell easy victory."
I think the guy in Dominic was sitting at home just like, why the fuck do I follow this guy? Why do I like him?
I think he was literally looking at Ray's resume and they're like, well, he's been the world heavyweight champion. We might as well put the WWE belt on him for 5 minutes just so we can say that in 10 years when we put
they put it on him, and then Vince woke up like, what happened? He's like, oh, shit.
I didn't think that through. That was a resume builder.
Right. Next up, Sheamus. So this is obviously when he had the mohawk. So this is when he was when he formed the League of Nations, or just before he formed the League of Nations.
Yeah. Isn't this when he squashed, or no, that was World Heavyweight when he squashed Bryan at Mania.
Yeah. This one is when he took it off. He cashed in on Roman and pinned him in the midst of confetti. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, he only held it for 22 days.
Yeah, was it only 22 days?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, he lost it in a random episode of Raw, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's right.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
To the low C tier with you, Sheamus.
Yeah. Low C.
Yeah, I like low C.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. And finally, everyone's favorite A-lister, The Miz.
Well, you just said it right there, Chaos. A-lister gets an A.
No, I don't mean it like that. Wait a minute.
To be completely honest, I actually agree with you on this. So I thought Miz was awesome as champion because people hated it so much. It was not go home heat. It was
the FTR match. I saw
Accusations.
These are not accusations. This is
False accusation.
I do love that
What are you
clip.
on about?
I sincerely believe he was Cena's best rival in this decade.
I mean, look at Miz's entrance at WrestleMania to what? Don't Hate Me Now by, was it Diddy or Peter?
Yes,
I
by
mean,
Nas.
he had an awesome promo package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they played
That was an
Nas.
absolute amazing thing. The only
Yeah.
sad part about it was only he doesn't remember it due to a concussion.
Yeah.
And Rock had to be like, oh, it's like Black Adam. I have to insert myself now. Whee!
I have beef with a laptop.
Yeah.
This big jacked up dude was having a beef with a laptop. I was just like,
Like,
Come on, I'll see you
you
with
Apple
somebody.
Mac. I'm the Rock. Look at my Rock Mac.
oh my gosh.
I do like Miz though. I really do like Miz, and I did like how he took the spinner and made an N. On
Oh,
it.
it was the best.
Oh, yeah.
So
He
simple.
flipped.
He just like, yeah, there we go.
It was perfect. I like how
Wait.
he flips it on the mic for Miz TV. Have you seen that? He flips the W into an M for the mic on Miz TV.
Yeah, yeah, no, for years. Yeah.
Such a cool touch, though. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. This was just before he had the that 7-day reign during the Thunderdome era.
Yeah,
So, we can't really count that. So yeah, you're lucky, Miz. So everyone agree and put him on the A up in A then?
All the way.
Low A. Very
Low A.
interesting. I did not expect that, but fair enough. Well, yeah, I guess there you have it. And of all people, that is just reigning supreme. Look in my eyes.
Oh
What
God!
do you see?
Your former
great.
best friend, Soul. CM Punk is.
best friend. I'll back him in.
He's coming back.
Of course,
Punk's
he's coming back. And when he comes back, you can watch. Soul is gonna be ejaculating everywhere, like Stan's dad from South Park.
I'm all
Trust
fired
me.
up. I mean, look, I'm symbolically wearing my all out shirt from the last time we saw him.
Oh, there you go, them.
You know what I mean? It was meant to be.
Yeah.
That
So yeah. So CM Punk in S rank, A, Randy Orton high A, Cena, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and The Miz somehow. AJ Styles in B. So is Dean Ambrose and Triple H. In the C rank, Batista, Kofi, Reigns, Sheamus, and finally in the D pile, understandably, Bray Wyatt in the high Ds, Jeff Hardy, The Rock, Alberto Del Rio, Jinder Mahal, Edge, and Rey Mysterio. Deadbeat dad. So
it's kind of funny. You could make good matches out of the D tier as long as you exclude Alberto and Jinder.
Jinder, yeah, exactly.
You could have some good fantasy matchups.
Do it. What is it? A 5 or 6 man tag?
Yeah,
challenge or something. Yeah, but
For
with
sure.
5.
we could do
Yeah,
elimination chamber, throw Sheamus on the pile, and we're good. We got 6.
Yeah, there you
We
go.
do a
Then.
chamber. That'd be a fun chamber.
Exactly. Oh, where does all go?
He said 1 second. I couldn't tell. I think it might have been similar.
Okay, I'll cut this out.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I also just he said 1 second. I thought it was gonna be like 1 second.
There we go. We're back on.
Hold
We're back
on.
in the year. Cool. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That was the tier list ranking all the WWE champions between 2009 and 2010. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All that good stuff. But yeah, other than that, we've come to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you very much, Clark. Thank you very much, Soul. Much appreciated. Miss you guys. Much appreciated for the please to come join back on the show. Yeah, we need to get back on these a bit more often for sure. Definitely.
I've got plenty of free time.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go. I'm stoked. This is a blast. Thank you guys for having me.
No worries. So yeah, other than that, this is Taken to the Table. I have been your host, Chaos. He has been Clark Taylor. Down below has been Soul. Until next time, guys. Peace.